Hello, everyone. We've got, I think, quite a few people here already.
Yay.
I see everybody in the comments. Welcome. Let's see. Nina's here, Robin's here, Lori's here, Lindy, Connie. Oh my goodness, so many. Mary, Terry, David, Robin. Oh my gosh, so many. Oh, we've got lots and lots of people here. Welcome.
Yay.
Happy New Year, everyone. Oh, wonderful. So as you can see, I have Kelly from Kelly Reads a Lot here with me. Thank you, Kelly, for coming on and joining.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, absolutely. This is so much fun. Kicking off Epistolary January, of which
Yes,
Kelly
I'm
and I are
excited.
two of the co-hosts of. Our other co-hosts, of course, New Year's Day is one of those days when lots of people have things going on. So understandably so, not everyone could be here with us, but we are here. And we are going to do some reading of 84 Charing Cross Road, or whatever you want to read. I mean, there's no rules here, right?
Yeah.
You want to read something else, by all means, but this is what I will be reading for sure.
Me too, and I'm a newbie, so I'm excited.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, this is my first read through.
Oh, fantastic.
And I had already planned it before we found out that you were doing this, so it was really perfect for me.
Perfect. I love
Thank
that.
you.
Yes, like bookish serendipity, I like to call that.
Yes.
That is wonderful. Okay, so everybody, I see so many of you in the comments here. Let us know in the comments. Are you reading 84 Charing Cross Road along with us? Are you going to do something else during our reading sprints? What's going on with all of you? How is your new year starting off? I see Beth is here. Hi, Beth. Welcome. So many people joining us. I'm so glad. And let us know also, is this your first time if you're reading 84 Charing Cross Road? Is this your first read? Is it a reread for you? I have read this book. I think this is my 4th or 5th read through of it. I'm not sure now. But it's so good. And it's the perfect book, I think, to kick off the new year. It just has it's so bookish and cozy. That's just a great way to start the new year off. Let's see. All right. Oh, we've got let's see. We have a few rereads and quite a few new reads. Yes. Robin is reading for the first time. Let's see. We have Kim reading for the second time. Oh, how exciting. Anne is reading her second book already of the year. Her grandson wrote a book and gifted it to her for Christmas.
Aww.
He read it and his parents. Oh, that is so sweet.
That's so special.
That is so lovely. How old is your grandson, Anne? That is just wonderful. Oh, I love that. All right. So Nona is reading with us and Alicia's reading for the first time. All right. We have lots and lots of people here. Let's see. First time. Lots of first timers. That makes me so happy that so many of you are discovering this book today, because I just think it's so wonderful. And I know, for Epistolary January, most epistolary books, not most, but a lot of them tend to be novels. And this one is nonfiction. So, it makes it, I think, just kind of a little bit different and special that it's, Helene Hanff's own experience. And I think as you go along with her, keeping that in mind, it's just got a different reading experience than reading a novel, which I love novels. I mean, novels are wonderful, but this book, I don't know. It's got a special place in my heart. Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's see. All right. So many first timers. Oh, Jenny says she loves that the first letter is dated when she was 2 days old. Oh, that's great. So yes, the first letter starts October 5th, 1949. Jenny, you are in October. Your birthday is 2 days after my birthday, because I'm the 1st of October. So not 1949, but a little bit later than that. My mom was only born in 44, so be strange if I was born in 49. So a few people, it sounds like, are listening to 84 Charing Cross Road. I've never listened to the audiobook. I'm curious. I wonder who narrates like if there's more than one narration of it. Yes, it is also one of my all-time favorites for sure. Kelly, what edition are you reading? Do you have it on Kindle or ebook?
No, I have it on Kindle. Yeah.
You do? Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, I have a couple of editions. This is one of them, which I do like. It feels very bookish. And I think the last time I read it, I read in my other copy. So I thought this time I would read from this edition, which this is published by Penguin. Yeah. I don't know when this edition came out. 1990, it looks like. So, and I know a lot of people have this edition. So I really want the UK edition of it because it is really cute. It's got like graphic, kind of cartoony looking cover. So
I did have to borrow it from my library. I couldn't purchase it on Kindle because the edition that you have is the one they had. And for some reason right now, they don't have it on Kindle. So
really?
Some people may have had a little bit of trouble getting it if they were just planning on going straight to their Kindle and purchasing, which is rather odd. But they have several translated versions, which is so strange to me that,
how funny.
Yeah.
You can get the translated version, but not.
If you read French or German, go to your Kindle. They have several inexpensive options for you. But
love that. If only.
But I don't read French or German unless it's a French ballet terminology. Then I could read it. But I would imagine that the whole book is not written in ballet terminology. So.
Right. Yes. No, pas de deux or port de bras. I doubt that. Yes. It's been a long time since I've read anything in French, probably since college. So I definitely couldn't read it in French. I'd maybe get every 25th word.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Mina. Oh, well, oops, wrong one. Mina. Oh, yes. A few people are saying the audiobook has various narrators. So maybe they have different voices doing the different people writing the letters, because we have Helene writing to the bookstore, and then a few of the bookstore employees, mainly Frank Dole. He's sort of like the manager, I think, of the store. But then a few others also write letters back to her as well. So maybe they have different narrators for each of the different authors of the letters. Yeah. So that would be kind of a fun. I like when they do that, when they have different narrators doing different voices. I think for certain types of books, that works really well.
Yes. Especially this, like a nonfiction book that it's like to kind of emulate an actual person rather than putting an affectation on your voice to represent that person, sometimes doesn't work as well.
Yeah, I agree. I find sometimes it's difficult when men do women's voices and they
sometimes
really high-pitched,
there are sometimes that they do it really well. I feel like Jim Dale narrated the Harry Potter books, and he does a really great job of doing Hermione's voice and like Ron's mother's voice. And, but I feel like sometimes, especially because I love cozy mysteries, and I prefer, no offense to men, I prefer 100% women to narrate those, because I just can't do it when they're,
Well, I think women
are kind of silly anyway,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
But I think
women are able to modulate their voices to sound more, to lower them is easier than to make your voice higher without it sounding silly, right? So I think women have an easier time narrating and doing men's voices by just dropping their voice a little bit. It's like you don't have to do a lot to get a sort of male sound to your voice, whereas if you do it really high, just sound like who wants to listen to that? Oh yes, Debbie says my alma mater is playing in the Orange Bowl this morning. They were ahead. Let me see. Oh, they're ahead 13-0 right now. I have the notifications on my phone. So I'm not watching the Orange Bowl, but I am rooting for them in spirit. I went to the University of Oregon, so we are playing in the Orange Bowl today. So yes, thank you. Go Ducks. Yes. So, Kimberly's saying she wants to watch the movie now. Yes. For anybody who is reading the book for the first time, the movie, which I just watched this past year for the first time, but is so good. It's Anne Bancroft plays Helene Hanff and Anthony Hopkins plays Frank Dole. It is fabulous. So if you can, and you can find it streaming, and you can probably check it out from your library too. I'm not sure what year it was made, maybe in the 1980s. I'm not sure exactly when the movie came out, but it is lovely. And it's very much in keeping with the spirit of the book, which I really love, so, because I think sometimes that's hard to do, especially with a book written in letters, like that could not work at all.
Yeah.
They did a really good job with it. And, both of those actors are famous for a reason. They're good at their jobs. So they did a great job. So, all right. Well, I think in about 5 minutes, we'll start our first sprint so that we can get some pages in here. And I think we'll do 25-minute sprints, and then we'll come back and chit chat for 10 to 15 minutes. So hopefully get a good chunk of reading sprints in for this time. And I know, Kelly, you can't stay the whole time, but we are excited to have you for as long as you can. Do you have any, I don't know, have you started? I haven't shared any of my 2026 reading goals or anything. Do you have any goals?
So
or are you not a goal maker?
My goal was to have less goals, just to try enjoy it a little bit more, and to try to actually slow down a little bit, maybe.
Yes.
My kind of word for 2026 is also rest. And rest does not mean scrolling on Instagram. I'm telling myself that, actual restorative rest. I don't have any trouble setting goals for myself and doing things. So I feel like trying to pull myself back a little bit. This year would be the healthiest decision I could make for myself and for my family. So
yes. You and I are very much on the same page for this coming year. I've been reading so much about slow living and kind of getting back to a more analog way of life rather than being so glued to this little screen. So just taking a step back and slowing down a little bit and trying not to feel the need to constantly be on the go or have something stimulating me at all times. I think it's hard to think. It's hard to, I really do think this changes how your brain works. And
it does.
And I think there is a lot of value to information, and, technology is a wonderful thing, but I think finding that balance is what my main goals for this coming year are, is just to be more present in my everyday life and less on the phone, and use it very specifically and strategically, so I'm not sure 100% what all that looks like, but yes.
Me either yet. I'm going to figure it out, as I go along, but there might be parts of the day where I stick my phone in a drawer. It's going in a drawer. I'm not, I'm going to set a timer on my oven, like the old fashioned way. And when that oven timer goes off, I can get my phone back.
Exactly. I know. We have a charging station downstairs. We have a little desk nook next to our kitchen. And I'm just going to house my phone there during the daytime and just turn the ringer up. So if somebody calls me or something, my son's in school and I just need to make sure I don't miss, something happens or whatever.
Absolutely.
But to just not every time I have a down moment to be
exactly. That's what it just comes so easy when it's available. And I, as moms of kids that are entering in seasons where they're going to need a phone, my older 2 kids have a phone. I need to be the one that's setting the example of how we interact with technology, because if I'm setting bad examples, how can I expect them to follow and stick to the rules that I've set for them? So
yes, I love this. Skeleton Key Books, that's perfect. Her word for 2026 is recombobulation, focusing on health and wellness and getting back to a comfortable balance. I like that. Comfortable balance. That's a great phrase. That's so true. Just, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Technology has its place in our lives. I think it's just, again, finding that comfortable balance, right? That is so great. Yes. let's see. Lindy says her word is resilience. I like that.
I love it.
And Grandma's my word for the year is delight. I love that. I use delightful all the time in my YouTube videos. I'm always like, this book was delightful. I need a new adjective. But I like delight. That is such an uplifting word, right?
That was actually my grandmother's name. One of my grandmother's names was Delight.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so wonderful.
Yeah. And she was delightful.
She was delightful. That's
it's
just a word that, like, how can you not smile when you say delight, right?
Yes. Like and my parents considered, naming me after her, and she said, no, I got made fun of. Don't do it. So they didn't, but
That's too bad. Yeah, that's a lovely name. So
they named me Kelly. They just named me a popular name.
Right. Yes. Same. Jennifer was, the most popular girl's name for like 15 years, from like 2 years before I was born until 12 years after.
I know, probably. And like for Jennifer and Ashley in my phone, and because some of them will have similar last names like Murphy, Murray, I started having to put what they do in my life next to their name, because I would be accidentally texting the wrong one.
Yep.
Be
like, I'm sorry, not you.
Not you. Oh gosh. Robin, that's the other one. I texted a Robin about, I can't get the alarm to go off, and she's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh, wait. You're not the person that is in the building with me right now.
Absolutely. Right. Yes. Oh, I know. Yeah, a lot of people ask me what my middle name is. I know there are a lot of Jennifer Anns out there, or Jennifer Marie was also super popular, but actually my middle name is Ellen. My mom, I don't know where she came up with Ellen. She just did. Although now she says she wishes she had named me. My grandmother's name was Claire. And so she wished she named me Jennifer Claire, which I think is beautiful, but
pretty.
I still like Ellen. I think Ellen is nice. So yes.
Ellen is a very sophisticated name.
Yes, very. So, Jennifer Lee. I like that. There's an actress named Jennifer Lee. So
there is.
Yes. All right. Okay, well, I think let's get going with our first reading sprint. So everybody grab your copy of 84 Charing Cross Road. I haven't started yet today. It's still fairly early here on the West Coast. So I'll be starting from the first page, but wherever you are, or whatever it is that you're planning to read, we will read for about 25 minutes. Oh, I have to do math now because it's like 17 after. So let me see. I may put this on an even number because that, let's see if we let's go till 11. Let's go till 45 after. So read until 45. Let me get that going. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm going to get a little ASMR going for everyone for some reading background, and we'll see you back here at quarter till. Happy reading. Okay, everyone. I think we will come back and hope everyone had a good reading sprint time. Got some good pages in. Kelly, how far did you get?
Oh, I got pretty far. I'm really enjoying Helene's spirit.
Yes. Isn't she great?
She's sassy.
She is sassy. I saw some people commenting. Let me see it. Let me go back here and find it. Oh yeah, Beth commented, anyone else laughing out loud at the March 25th letter where she says died of inertia because they haven't sent her anything. I love that. And I also love how mad she gets that they wrapped up some of her books in like other old books. And she's like, well, sent me part of this battle and now I don't know what happens. What battle is this even? Can you send me the rest of this? And then later on October 15th, 1951, she's talking about they sent her like excerpts from Samuel Pepys's diary and she wants the whole thing.
Yeah.
Pepys was incredibly prolific. But then she's saying how she'll make do with it until they can send the real one. And then when she does get that one, finally, she's going to rip up this ersatz book page by page and wrap things in it. That was great.
I know, but she was so offended that they were like writing on pages,
I know, right?
Because they couldn't, it was so funny. She kind of has a double standard sometimes, but like, right. I thought it was so kind how she was like out of her own, money, sending them the food items and everything. And I think we forget like just how much more Europe was suffering after the war,
right. Yes.
just for, and I mean, obviously they were suffering more because it was where it was fought, but I think just like how long they were suffering out after the war. So
I know. Yeah. Well, the rationing went on already
for a long time.
Yeah. Like, I got to the 15th of January, 1952. And I mean, she's still having to order food for them from Denmark to be shipped to England because they can't get fresh eggs or meat I know that sugar rationing went on for, I think, a really long time. So I think we have some people. I think there are a few people here from England. So anyone who knows specifically when rationing ended in the UK, let us know in the comments for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of talk about Yorkshire pudding also going on in the comments. I've been wanting to try to make Yorkshire pudding and I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking maybe this winter I'm going to give it a go. My husband's best friend is British and he has a British cookbook that has a Yorkshire pudding recipe in it. And so I think I'm going to try my hand at it and see what happens.
I have a recipe for figgy pudding that I keep saying that I need to try.
Yes.
So that we can sing the Christmas song and have some figgy pudding, right?
Bring me some figgy pudding. Absolutely. We were talking because we were with our friends last night, and Daniel's British. And so we were talking about, because like the Brits use pudding to mean dessert of any kind, right? It's not like what we in the US think of as like Jello pudding, right? Like it's not like just chocolate pudding. It could be cake, it could be anything really. And it includes pudding, but it includes so many other things. He was saying that when he was growing up, he and his brother used to ask his mom after dinner, "What's for pud?" That's what they would say. "What's for pud?" So that was what's for dessert. So yeah, I love that.
That's funny.
It is, isn't it? So let's see. How far did everyone make it? So like I said, I made it to the January 15th, 1952 entry, which is like 38 pages in my edition. So, which is only like 95. So I'm like a third of the way through or over a third of the way through.
Yeah. I got to page. I'm right with you. I'm right at page 40.
Okay. So. Yeah. Oh, I like what Tina had to say. Makes you feel good about the world to think of these folks taking care of each other. They show such warmth and trust. Yes. Yeah. There was something I marked. Where was that? Of course, now I can't. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. So Bill Humphreys writes to Helene. They're thanking her for one of the parcels she sent them. And he says, it's certainly good to know that someone so many miles away can be so kind and generous to people they haven't even seen. And I think that everyone in the firm feels the same. And I just think, yeah, that whole story is generous without needing to be, I mean, she doesn't know these people at all, really. And she's just, I love that. So let's see. Okay. So we've got, looks like people are cruising along here for sure. I've got a lot of people. Looks like people have made it about 1951 ish. 1951 to 1952 is about where most people seems like they are. So yes, sounds like we're all kind of cruising along. Some people are farther ahead. I know someone said, who was it? Oh, Clarice. She said she is in the UK. And let's see. She said meat was the last thing to stop being rationed in 1954. It lasted in England almost a decade after the war ended. Very, very glad to be living in England now, not back then. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a long time for rationing to go on after the war was over. I mean, they'd already suffered so much by that point. So, more talk about food. Okay, now I'm getting hungry. It's like almost lunchtime here, you guys. Amy has a recipe for sticky toffee pudding I want to try. Yeah. Yes.
That sounds good.
Yes, is delicious. I've had it in restaurants. I haven't ever tried to make it myself though. But yes. Yeah. And I do. I think that's one of the charming things about this. That's sort of the thing we've kind of lost with technology, is that we don't have this. There is no space to like breathe. There's no waiting or anticipation for responses from people for letters. And I just realized I didn't turn off the banner when we're done with that. Okay. I got it. So there's something lovely about that. Like I said, I love getting mail that isn't, that's cards or letters from people. That feels that's always so lovely. And I feel like we're losing that. And it's sad.
I had a talk with my friend in England, and so many of our American Christmas cards are pictures of our families. That's kind of an American thing. She said that is not something they would do for the most part. It's not unheard of, but it's just like so fun. But she says that she gets a lot of newsletters, which I get every now and then, but a lot of newsletters sent. And she's like, some of them are just very gracious and some of them are like very braggy. She said, right. I was like, yeah, the same thing happens here in our newsletters.
Yes, for sure.
Not a big cultural divide there. No, we have the same thing.
Yes. Yeah, we definitely have those newsletters. Like you said, some of them are just newsy and some of them are quite, look at all the amazing things my children did this year or whatever.
Exactly.
I like Anne's comment about, it is hard to comprehend that they would send the books without her having paid for them first, right?
I know.
That is a bygone thing. I don't know that anybody would do that these days, right? Talk about, just the trust that they had. And then she's sending cash through the mail.
I know.
She's like, I trust the U.S. Postal Service and, the Royal Mail. Like, do you? She doesn't ever seem to have a problem, though. So I guess at that. But I mean, mail was so much more important in that time period, right? So I think there was a lot greater care taken with it because everything went through the mail, right? It wasn't like these days where you could get your bills online or you could, it wasn't necessarily 100% necessary to get mail, whereas then it definitely was. So, but yeah.
That's true, but he does try to urge her to even then to get a money order for this stuff. And she's like, I'm not So I'm trying to think about, like, I think it was $3.83. And yes, I wouldn't go get a money order for $3.83 either.
Right.
But of course, that's like, chump change now. $3.83 would probably have been more like 20,
Right.
$25 or something like that back then.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it'd be sort of like, I was trying to like get the equivalent of like what books cost now. So like if she was maybe, those $5 that she spent on those books would probably equate to like $40 now, so
yeah.
But I could totally understand not wanting to. What did she say? She had to trek like 40 blocks to get down to the post office or whatever. I'm not doing that. No, not gonna happen. Yes. Jenny says she misses receiving letters and writing them. I know. I feel like we should all start up like a pen pal like thing. We could write letters to one another.
My sister-in-law got me something called flower letters for my birthday, and where you get like this fictional letter in the mail every month. And it's like from the one she chose for me is from the Regency time period. So you have people writing in cursive letters back and forth, and it's been really fun, and it just comes a couple times a month, and there's pretty postcards and stuff like that. So she knew that I liked letter writing format reading clearly. So, it's been fun to get those in the mail. I don't know how expensive they are because it was a gift, but those are fun.
That sounds lovely. I have to look into that. Jess is saying she writes to pen pals she found on Global Pen Friends. I have never heard of that.
That's cool.
That is cool. Yeah, I had a pen pal when I was in junior high school. We had like a foreign language course that was the whole year, and it was like it was a chance for you to kind of test out all the different languages. So we had a quarter of French, a quarter of Spanish, a quarter of German, and a quarter of sign language, so that you could kind of decide what you wanted to study. And during that class, we got to get pen pals. And so I had a pen pal from Austria for a while. So that was kind of fun. And I just loved like the paper, like the envelopes. She would send them in airmail envelopes, and it was like the paper was so thin and kind of like onion skin almost in feeling. And it was just lovely and her writing was so different from the way, because they're taught to write, like actually how they write is different than how we write. And it was just like so small and precise, and it was fun. So we wrote letters for a couple of years. And then, I don't know what happened, but as teenagers do, these things kind of fizzled out. So, but that was really fun. As Stacy said, there's a stationery shop in St. Louis, Missouri, and part of their mission is encouraging people to write more letters. I love that. I love stationery. I mean, like,
I do too.
Collect stationery things and then not use it. Like journals, notepads, notebooks, paper. like I need some pen pals so I can use all this stuff.
I do still get thank you notes in the mail. Do you get thank you notes in the mail every now and then? That's something every now and then. Yes, receive.
Yeah. Well, that's like one of the things I started doing through my Patreon group is I draw a name every month, and one of the perks that they get for, having their name drawn is that they get snail mail from me, because I just think that's
awesome.
So lovely, so I write them a little note and send them like, a couple little goodies in it. And because who doesn't like to get mail that's, fun and not junk or bills or whatever.
Bill,
It's like I've started, one of the things I did, we were sort of talking about like, kind of slowing down this year. And one of the things that I've done is like resubscribe to some physical magazines, because I love getting magazines in the mail. And I just think rather than like sitting with my phone and scrolling while like having a cup of tea, I'm going to sit and read my magazine, so.
See, that is so true. 2 years ago, I decided to use some Christmas money to subscribe to Victoria magazine. And that's a beautiful magazine. And it's just something my daughter and I just sit and look through together. And I agree. I think that can be so just like, and it, again, another thing that forces you to like, I would have several months pile up, and it's just like, no, you're going to read it in the season that it was meant to be read in. You're going to sit down. You're going to stop doing what you're doing and just be for a little bit. So yeah. And just, not be on a screen, like actually, because like my library, I don't know, lots of libraries, I think through like Libby and stuff, you can get magazines, they subscribe to magazines and then you can read them. And I do that as well, but it's not the same as like having that physical magazine, it's just like physical books. There's just something, I mean, I appreciate the convenience of it, and magazine subscriptions can be expensive, so if there's some I don't read all the time but just occasionally want, then the library is great for that, but it is nice to have just a few that I look forward to getting in the mail. So even though so many magazines have gone under, especially all the like really lovely ones that I used to love getting. Yeah, the ones that aren't like People or the big magazines, the people ones that are just, there's a family that started it, and they're, people have continued it. So
exactly. Yeah, I used to love to get the Mary Engelbreit Home Companion magazine. I still have a huge stack of them.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and her magazines are just so lovely and beautiful.
Yeah. And it seems like the ones that still do well, they're the ones that gossip about people.
I know, right? Yeah, it's terrible. So, but yeah, I do get Victoria, and I get Tea Time magazine because I think they're owned by the same publisher. So you can get like a joint subscription. Like I just got this January's issues just came yesterday, and they came packaged together. Like, so you get both issues at the same time, which is fun. Yeah. So. Oh, that's sad. The Netherlands ended their postal service. That's terrible. How is that even possible?
So what if you have to actually mail an actual item? What you just go to, you have to use like something like, I guess, RUP or like
UPS or something. So they don't have like
there's like independent
postal
mail
service
system.
Huh.
That is
crazy.
Sad.
That's so sad. Yeah. Oh. Lori say we should start a pen pal club. Yes. Maybe we'll have to do that this year. That would be fun. I could certainly set it up and connect people, like if anybody wanted to be a pen pal, we could just do like a random connection of people. That would be fun. Yes. I love writing and receiving letters. And I think it's like an art form that we've kind of gotten away from. Like sometimes I sit down now to write a letter and I'm like, how do I even start this? It's just because I think we've gotten away, we're so informal in like text messaging and emails and things like that. And letter writing is such a different format from that. I feel like, requires a little bit more thought and intentionality in what you're going to say. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, Terry has fancy stationery with her name formally printed at the top from Tiffany's. Fancy. Love
that. Wow, that was a good gift.
That is a good gift. Yes. Jan says she had a pen pal in grade school, and her address was Route 1, city and state, and no zip code. That's so funny. I wonder when zip codes, I don't even know when zip codes came into existence. Anyone know what year that happened? I mean, I know ever since I've sent mail, we had zip codes, and I grew up in the 70s. So,
it's so weird how like there will be like how it's zoned where I'm in Oklahoma. I've lived in, other, I lived in California for 8 years, and like their zip codes, you don't go very far until you're in a new zip code. Of course, everybody knows the 91210 zip code, but here
I live in California, so I'm well aware.
I can literally drive 25 minutes and I'm in the same zip code. It's crazy, but like in I would go to Burbank and I would be in then I would go to Studio City, and like I'm in a totally different zip code, and it was just like a 10-minute drive, so it's weird. It's different.
It is. Yeah. So, I mean, we have California, we have such a big state here. So, and a large population as well as being big in size. So Krista's here. Hi, Krista. Happy New Year.
Hey, Krista.
So lovely to see you. Oh, you're starting with Guernsey. That is such a great
that is such a good book.
Perfect
I read that
one
last year.
To start the year off. Great reread. Yes. I know. I was thinking I need to reread that. It's been a few years. I think I reread it the last time right before the movie came out. So that's been a few years now. So
and it was a really good adaptation too.
It was a good adaptation.
It was a really good one.
It was. I very much enjoyed it. Actually, I should just watch maybe I'll watch the adaptation again this month because that will be fitting for Epistolary January.
That is perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody looked up the whole Netherlands thing. They have to use a courier service to send a package, or if they want to send a present, they have to go through the store's delivery. That is sad. That's just terrible. The Netherlands.
They have a lot of other good things going for them in the Netherlands, though. So.
Yes, I know. That's what I was just saying. They do a lot of things right. This is not.
Yeah, they do. I mean, yeah.
But yes. Oh, somebody else, Kelly was saying, where did that go? I just saw someone said something about the flowers. Oh, I lost it.
Flower letters.
Yes, the flower letters. Where did that go? Now I have. Oh, there it is. Kim said she has the flower letters with the story of a couple in World War II. She loved it so much. She just gave her mom a subscription for a story about a mail order bride out west.
How fun.
Okay,
so my sister-in-law got it for me.
Yeah.
She got one for herself too, that's a different storyline. So after we're all done, we're going to switch. And she said hers has like some sort of fantasy element involved too, which that's exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
My favorite is a mixture of historical fiction and fantasy. Like I'm in my element when that happens.
Nice. That sounds lovely. All right. Okay. All right. I think maybe we'll do a few more minutes. We'll start our next, I think at 10 after, we'll start our next reading sprint and get some more pages in. I don't know. We might get this finished pretty quickly here.
And I'll probably sneak out when you guys go to reading sprints again. So thank you so much for having me on today.
Thank you, Kelly. I'm so glad that you made it. This was so lovely.
This was so fun. And I appreciate all of the welcoming, and you guys have a happy New Year.
Yes, you too. Enjoy the rest of your New Year's Day, and I can't believe it's 2026. So yes,
I'm in shock. All right, bye, friends.
Bye, Kelly. All right, everyone. I am seeing lots of people are reading Guernsey. See, Stacy is waiting for her copy to arrive. Guernsey is such a great book. If you haven't read it yet, you are in for a treat. Let's see. Somebody else did some research on food rationing. Clarice, fantastic. So clothes were derationed in 49, petrol and soap in 50, sweets, chocolate, and sugar in 53, and then in 54 was meat, butter, and cheese. That is such a long time for rationing to go on. The poor Brits. No wonder they had to stiff up her lip. They had to keep one going because they were starving all the time. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, fantastic. All right. Let's see. I also saw lots of people interested in doing a pen pals thing. So let me noodle on that for a little bit, and then I will try to get something together for everyone. And maybe I will get a list of everybody's name. We could do like a sign up genius type of a thing. And then if you're interested in getting a pen pal, you can sign up there and I will connect you with somebody. And we can kind of go from there. So that'll be fun. I love getting mail and sending mail. We are going to bring back the art of letter writing. Yes. So, Kat, you're reading A Quiet Life in the Country. Yay. Love Lady Hardcastle. What a great way to start the new year with her and Flo. So fun. Oh, that's a great way to do it, Jess. Yes. Got everyone to email her addresses and a couple of interests, and she emailed us all a few options. Oh, that's a great idea, actually. Yes. because, you know, we all know sometimes we get busy and stuff. So I can give everybody maybe, yeah, you can give me a few of your interests or what types of books you like to read, and maybe some other hobbies or activities you enjoy doing, and connect everybody with maybe 2 or 3 other people. And then you can all just write to each other or not and go from there. So, yes. Yes, I'll probably do it through Patreon, just because that would be the easiest way for me to manage things. And you could do it whether you were a paid Patreon member or not. I could just set it up and then, let everybody kind of go off on their own once I've connected you all to each other. So I'll just do the initial connection. But yes. Okay. Oh gosh. And now all of a sudden it's 11 after. So we're going to do our next reading sprint, and we are going to read until 35 after. Is that 25, 10, 30? Yeah, about. Okay. That sounds good. We're going to read until 35 after the hour. So 35 after the hour. I'm going to put this on here, and I will get some cozy ASMR going for all of you, and I will see you back here in a little bit more after we've all read some of this or whatever it is you're reading. So see you in a bit. Okay, everyone, let us come back from our reading sprint. Okay. Okay, how far did everyone get this go round? I am at January 4th, 1956, which is page 64 in this edition. And let me go back. I know I saw some comments coming in while we were doing our sprint. Let's see here. Oh, we got some clarification about, it was actually Denmark that has gotten rid of their postal service, not the Netherlands. So, okay. Jess, that felt like 5 minutes. I know, it goes by fast, doesn't it? Especially when you're reading a good book. I know. I have to make sure I'm keeping track of the time so I didn't suddenly realize that, like an hour has gone by and I forgot to come back. Kimberly, you're asking, yes, I have read The Duchess of Bloomsbury Street. I have read, yes, I've read most of Helene Hanff's books. I've read Duchess of Bloomsbury Street, Q's Legacy, Underfoot in Show Business. There is, let's see. I have Letter from New York. I've read, most of them. So they're wonderful. I recommend all of her books. So if you're enjoying 84 Charing Cross Road, definitely seek out the rest. The Duchess of Bloomsbury Street is when she finally makes it to England. So that is really lovely. But yes, all of her books are wonderful. So let's see, Terry got to 1952. Robin's also on 1956, as is Jane's in 1956. Page 57, and Cuppa. Yep, sounds good. All right. Clarice said she's on page 53. She decided to go back and highlight the funny passages, which there are so many of, so I can find them easily later. Yes, I've bbeen annotating this edition. I think I annotated my other edition last time I read it, and so this one I have been notating some things. I really like, if you have gotten to May 11th, 1952, she references Jane Austen. So I thought this was perfect for those of you participating in January with me. She says, you'll be fascinated to learn from me that hates novels that I finally got round to Jane Austen and went out of my mind over Pride and Prejudice, which I can't bring myself to take back to the library till you find me a copy of my own. And then they do find her a copy. Where is that? There was something I was going to share. Oh, yes. First enclosed, this is on May 3rd, 1953. Fined $3. Pride and Prejudice arrived looking exactly as Jane ought to look. Soft leather, slim, and impeccable. Yes, I will have to say that I don't agree with Helene's thoughts on novels. She's not a fan of fiction, but I think she's you see her a little bit evolve in this because she does start reading some fiction. And I love that Jane Austen is sort of who turns her around, maybe starts to change her mind a little bit. Yeah, Amy, the letters, yes, you definitely notice that as time goes on, the letters get spaced more and more apart. And so, I think just like anything, right, there's ebbs and flows in correspondence between people. And obviously, since this is her real life, she's sharing what they really wrote to one another. Yeah. Tebby, yes, the 1951 letter on April 16th, when she says she'd like to come to England and apologize for America's sins. When I come home, my country will certainly have to apologize for mine. She is so very witty. I just love her turn of phrase. Just the way she writes is just so engaging, and her personality, I feel like, just leaps off the page. I think that's one of the things that has made people love her books for so many years, is that you can just imagine her, as she must have been from her letters. And, that's wonderful. Yes, Natalie, you mentioned that Irish linen cloth. Like, does somebody have that now? I know. I was also wondering, like, I wonder if there are people out there who people must have her books. I wonder if they were auctioned off, or, you know, if somebody, there must be people out there who have her books. I don't know if friends or family members of hers or somebody. That would be really interesting to find out. Like, if, I'm sure at least some of her belongings have to be out there somewhere. And because she wrote in her books, and I think you could probably find out that they were hers, and she probably wrote her name in them. So how lovely would that be? Yeah, it's funny. She has this attitude about fiction, and yet she writes fiction. She does. She writes screenplays. She writes the Ellery Queen mystery. She talks about that a lot. And I was like, I'd be curious to go back and try to find, I wonder if you could find them streaming somewhere, those old TV shows. And I think she just has written, I think, a Hallmark movie. TV series. Where was that? Yeah, about John Donne, which seems like such a strange topic for a Hallmark Hall of Fame episode, but apparently she did write it. Yes, Jan, yes, this is nonfiction. So these are Helene Hanff's actual letters to Frank Dole. Frank Dole is a real person, as are all of the characters, as of all of the people. And Marks and Spencer is a real bookstore. That was at 84 Charing Cross Road. So yes, this is not a novel. This is nonfiction, and it is lovely, but it reads like fiction, doesn't it? So yes, those of you who are asking, yes, this is a true story, which I think is what makes it even more wonderful. Clarice, I love that. You love that the letters are written as Queen Elizabeth comes into reign. I love the Queen. I used to walk past Buckingham Palace for work. It's so cool to read correspondence from her coronation. Yes, absolutely. Oh gosh. Terry says, someone on book 2, maybe Shelley Swearingen, has a used copy of 84 Charing Cross that came with an old letter written by Helene to the original owner of the book. Or was that you, Jen? No, it wasn't me. That would be amazing. I'm going to have to go look at Shelley's videos and see if I can find that, because that would be fantastic. So, oh, Hannah said she thinks Helene's personal papers are at Columbia University's archives, but don't know if her books are. So, oh, and there is a YouTube video of a gal who goes inside the building where Helene lived and talks about why she moved from one apartment to the other. Interesting. Let's see. Google says that Helene's descendants were extended family, notably Jean Hanff Korelitz, a cousin of Helene. Yeah, she didn't have any children of her own. She never married. And so, yes, obviously they would be, any relatives of hers would be extended family. But yeah, that'd be an interesting rabbit hole to go down to find out what happened to her library after she passed away. I'm sure her family must have done something with it. So maybe they kept some of it. Maybe it's been donated to a library. Maybe it's in a collection somewhere, or maybe it's been sold to private collectors of books. Yes. Hi, Jen. Welcome. So glad you're here. Happy for anyone who's popping in for even a short period of time to join us and read and chat and all that good stuff. Let's see. Any idea how old she is at the time of this book? I am not sure how old she was. I want to say she was maybe in her like 30s, but I could be wrong in that. So I don't know. If anyone has a moment to look up what age she was when she was writing the letters in 84 Charing Cross Road, put that in the comments. That would be lovely. Oh yeah, there's so many fantastic quotes in this book. Meg says on page 17, I love the line, all that gleaming leather and gold stamping and beautiful type belongs in the pine-paneled library of an English country home. It wants to be read by the fire. Yes, absolutely. It's just her turn of phrase, I said. Oh, we're getting conflicting. Let's see. She was either born in 1931 or 1916. Well, that was, let's see, 31. Oh, gosh. She was about, Tina says she was about 37. So, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought she was in her 30s, like kind of mid 30s. 1916 looks like when she was born. Let's see. So yes, she was in her 30s when she was writing these letters. But then let's see, when were they first published? 1970. So the last letter in 84 Charing Cross Road ends on 1969. So they were published not long after the final letter. But yes. All right. So yes, she was born in 1916. So fantastic. So let's see. Jenny says she was born in 1916. So about 33 at the time of the first letter in the book. Jan says she's so cheeky. She is cheeky. Yes. And how wonderful would it be if your job was to travel to English country homes looking for books to purchase for your shop? I know. Doesn't Frank have the best job ever? Because yes, I would love to do that as well. How fantastic is that? So, yes, such a great book. It's just a hug of a book. I don't know what else to say. Oh, you know what else I wanted to, let's see, there were a couple of passages I wanted to mention. I think the first one actually was from, was from September 10th, 1951, when Helene's friend Maxine, who's in London performing in a show there, she's an actress, and she describes Marx and Co. to Helene. And I just love her description of it. She says, the shelves go on forever. They go up to the ceiling, and they're very old and kind of gray, like old oak that has absorbed so much dust over the years, they no longer are their true color. And I just think her description is so, so lovely. So definitely make note of that as you're reading through. And then I really like Helene talks about on September 18th, 1952, her sort of philosophy on keeping books. She says, I house clean my books every spring and throw out those I'm never going to read again, like I throw out clothes I'm never going to wear again. It shocks everybody. My friends are peculiar about books. They read all the bestsellers. They get through them as fast as possible. I think they skip a lot. And they never read anything a second time, so they don't remember a word of it a year later. But they are profoundly shocked to see me drop a book in the wastebasket or give it away. The way they look at it, you buy a book, you read it, you put it on the shelf, you never open it again for the rest of your life, but you don't throw it out, not if it has a hard cover on it. Why not? I personally can't think of anything less sacrosanct than a bad book or even a mediocre book. I just thought that's such a precise and very, very explicit way of describing how she feels about books. And, they're important to her, but, if they're trash, she treats them like trash. So, but yes. Anyway, I see there are some spoilers in the comments. So if you're reading 84 Charing Cross Road for the first time, there's something that's going to happen at the end that has been spoiled in the comments. So just FYI. But yes. So, I mean, obviously it's real life. So is that a spoiler? I don't know. Can you have spoilers in nonfiction? I guess you can. Oh, Terry, the passage I read includes the description of the man with the Hogarth nose. Oh, yes. That's from the letter from Maxine, right? Where is that? Oh, yes. Let's see, toward the back of the shop at the left, there's a desk with a work lamp on it. A man was sitting there. He was about 50 with a Hogarth nose. He looked up and said, "Good afternoon," in a North Country accent. And I said, "I just wanted to browse." And he said, "Please do." I love that. Yeah, what is a Hogarth nose? Terry, explain in the comments, please, for all of us. But yes, okay. I should be paying attention here to what we're doing. Okay. I shouldn't stop talking. I always forget when I'm on this by myself that I have to keep talking. Otherwise, it's just silence. Yes. So, yeah, there are some spoilers happening in the comments, so just be aware of that. I don't know. We're all going to get there fairly soon because it's not a very long book. So it is coming imminently for those of you who have made it, well over halfway. Yes. Do we have a finishing ETA? So, okay. So the reading sprints, I'm going to finish our reading sprints here around 2 p.m. my time. So that's about an hour and 10 minutes from now. But feel free, of course, continue reading 84 Charing Cross Road if you don't finish it, and, finish it today or tomorrow or whenever you'd like. I just thought this would be a fun way for people who wanted to try to read it all in one day, that we would do some reading sprints and give you all some dedicated time to do that. But of course, if you don't finish, then, continue reading until you do. I'm not sure. I may finish. Yeah. I might finish in the next reading sprint. So yes, we'll probably do one more reading sprint. Maybe I'll make it a 30-minute reading sprint, mostly because I'm probably going to need to go run and grab myself a little snack of some sort because it's lunchtime here and I'm getting a little hungry. We're going to my mom's after this for a New Year's Day dinner, but I'm probably going to need a little something to tide me over. So I might go grab a snack at the start of our next reading sprint and then read and hopefully finish the book. But if you don't get finished today, please finish on your own time. Okay, let's see. I'm seeing talks about the Hogarth nose. Hogarth was a cartoonist from the 1700s and must have had a specific type of nose that he cartooned. Claire says, I think the passage on how she's got used to having teeth in September 18th, 1952 might be my favorite of this last sprint. Yes. When she talks about how she has to have all of her teeth capped. I decided to have the dentist told her last spring, I had to have all my teeth capped or all my teeth out. I decided to have them capped as I have got used to having teeth. But the cost is simply astronomical, so Elizabeth will have to ascend the throne without me. Teeth are all I'm going to see crowned for the next couple of years. So how terrible. Oh my gosh, she must have had really bad teeth to have all of her teeth capped. That's just terrible. So, oh, Mina, you've just about an hour left on the audiobook. Great timing. Yes, perfect. Okay, it's William Hogarth. All right, we'll have to look up some of his, maybe during the next reading sprint, I will try to look up some of his cartoons and then I can share it on the screen here when we come back so everybody can see what a Hogarth nose looks like. Yes, I'm trying to think. I can't remember how many times I've read 84 Charing Cross Road. Stacy was saying this is a reread, and she read it about 2 years ago. I first read 84 Charing Cross Road when I was in my 20s, so I've read it numerous times since then. Most recently, last New Year's Day, I reread it. But the last time I read this edition was January 21st of 2022. So I got into the habit. I got this idea from Simon from the Tea or Books podcast. He puts his name and the date that he purchased a book inside the front cover of all of his books. And then in the back, he puts the date that he finished reading it. And I started doing that. And it's so lovely because it's just so easy. I just did it in pencil. And it's just so easy. Then I can like easily know. And then if I reread a book, then underneath I'll put the date that I finished the reread of it. So then I can see how many times I've read the book. And I just think that's lovely. And I've gone back and put the dates in on older books, like especially if I've picked them up to reread them. I've just gone back and written in the last time I read it when I finished it. So, but yeah, I kind of like having that little notation in there, and I know when I read a book because I forget because I read a lot of books. So, but yes, I've read and reread 84 Charing Cross Road a number of times. I've read Bloomsbury Street twice, I think. I really want to reread Underfoot in Show Business this coming year. So, yeah. Yes. When I heard Simon share that idea, I was like, I'm stealing that idea. I think that's brilliant. Why have I not been doing this my entire life? Because I always forget when I've read. I'm like, oh, I read that a couple of years ago. No, I read that in 2018. That's more than a couple of years ago, Jen. Yeah, the years all just blur together. And some books really stand out vividly in my mind, and I'll think I have read them not that long ago, and then it turns out it's been quite a few years. So, Clarice, you do that too? Fantastic. Yeah, you do kind of feel nostalgic, and it kind of takes me back to then when I was reading that book. Oh yes, I used to love reading library cards. Absolutely. Yeah, just seeing who all checked it out. I miss library cards. Now that everything's all digital, there are no library cards anymore. Oh, there goes my light again. My poor ring light gets overheated and turns off. So if it gets a little dark in here, I have to turn it off for a bit. So yes. Okay. I think, why don't we head into our next reading sprint, and why don't we go until 30 after? So that'll give us a little over 30 minutes. Hopefully that's a good amount of time. I know many of you are making good progress. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do on the book. There we go. Okay. So we'll read until 30 after, and yes, come back. See if any of us have finished or getting close to finishing, where we're at, and we'll chat a little bit more, and then maybe start wrapping things up. So, okay, I will see you all in about 30 minutes. Okay, everyone, we will come back from our latest sprint. And I think I saw that some of you finished. I finished as well. I just love it. I'm going to hug it because it's that kind of book. It's a huggable book. Oh, such a good read. So perfect to start off the new year with. I just love it, love it, love it. So let me go back here. I saw some comments coming in during the sprint. Let me go back. Okay, let's see. Terry, I like you want to be the murderer of the corpse when Helene offers to put Frank in the Ellery Queen mystery or the mystery she's going to be writing. Love it. Yeah. I mean, if you had your choice, I don't know. I think I want to be the murderer because you get more screen time that way, right? Yeah, it's funny. So she does mention a few other novels, and just mentioned Wind in the Willows. So that is one that she does, I believe, get a copy of and reads. So she does read some fiction, even if it's not her go-to for sure. Hi, Lindsay. Welcome. So glad you are here. Hopefully you're still here, just seeing this now. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed this. Yes, it is such a lovely, lovely book. One of my very, very favorites. Yes, the mention of Carnaby Street and the Beatles. Yes, that comes right towards the very end, doesn't it? Yes, it is a great book, even though it is so short. And if you enjoyed it, I highly encourage you to read The Duchess of Bloomsbury Street, where she finally makes it to England. And yes, it's just lovely to watch her finally get there after so many years of not being able to. So, oh, Stacey, you were asking about if she can't find all these books locally, how does she know about the books? I think she gets a lot of them from the library, because she does mention a few different times that, she wants her own copies so she can write in them and, annotate and have them on her shelves to read whenever she wants. So I think she does find a lot of them at the library, as well as at other bookstores, and then not in very nice editions or editions she doesn't want. So yes, I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed this. Yes, the humor in it is so fun. I mean, I think it's what makes this book so charming, that it is so very funny and also just sort of still heartfelt. Like there's something just very heartwarming about it, even though there is lots and lots of humor in it too. And then the end just gets me every time. So, there's some talk about the cutting of pages. Yeah, because, when books start, I mean, nowadays, I think books are bound differently than they used to be, but they used to be, the pages would come uncut and you had to cut through the edges of them so that you could read the book. But yeah, that's fun that she gets a book where she has to cut some of the pages open that it hasn't been fully read. And Terry, that's funny that you got a book recently with some uncut pages. Yes, I definitely think you need a very sharp tool. But that's often why with, older like antique and vintage books, you'll see the edges have a roughness to them, kind of like that deckled edge that they do now, that sort of reproducing that cut edge, because obviously, they didn't always have the sharpest of implements to cut through the pages with, so sometimes the pages would get kind of frayed and jagged on the edge. So deckled edge books that are done, manufactured that way these days, were done by the cutting of the pages back in the olden days. Let's see. Oh, Lois, I'm so glad that you're going to move on and read The Duchess of Bloomsbury Street. Yes, it's definitely worth a read to continue on the story. Yes, I know, Jana, always the last little line, or not the last little line. Let's see. The last line from Helene's final letter, and then there's one in the epilogue. There's one letter from Sheila, Frank's daughter. But the last line from Helene, when she's writing to her friend who's traveling to England, and she says, "If you happen to pass by 84 Charing Cross Road, kiss it for me. I owe it so much." Gets me every time, every single time. But yes. Yeah, it is so, so lovely. Oh, Deja, you're asking which do I love more, 84 or Saffron? Oh, they're such different books. I mean, see, this is like picking your favorite child or something. I mean, I only have one child, so he's my favorite, but I like picking your favorite cat. I don't know. they're such different books, and they're both just lovely reads in their own way, in their own right. If you don't know, Deja is talking about Love and Saffron by Kim Fay, which is a modern epistolary novel. And it's wonderful. If you have never read it, I highly recommend it. And it's sort of sequel. It's like a related sequel where there are sort of characters related to the characters in Love and Saffron in the second book, Kate and Frida. Wonderful. I love Kim Fay, and I have become friends. So I'm a huge proponent of her books, but I would love them anyway, even if I didn't know her. Oh, Beth, you finished reading Still Life. How did you enjoy it? You know, it's terrible. I DNF'd the most recent Louise Penny book, The Black Wolf. I wasn't going to read it. And then I decided I did want to read it. And then I started it. And I really wasn't enjoying it. And that makes me sad. I'm just going to wait and see if Louise Penny gets back to her roots of sort of that village, that sort of contained murder mystery story. I feel like she's gotten away from that into this very like global, you know, larger than life kind of political and, you know, kind of thriller type of a book, which is fine. Those books are perfectly fine, but I feel like she's gotten out of her wheelhouse, and that's not what I go to her for. Yeah, so I DNF'd it, which makes me sad, but I think I might just go back and start the series over from the beginning, because the first like 15 books are fantastic. So oh, Clarice, I'm so glad that you are adoring all capitals. And thank you so much for coming and joining me here live so that we could read together and chat together. This has been such a lovely way to usher in 2026. I'm so glad all of you are still here. But yes. Oh, there's my best friend. So you guys want to know who makes my banner that's on my bookshelf right there? It's this lady right here. This is my college roommate, my very best friend, one of my big supporters. And she's going to start her Etsy store in 2026. So if anyone wants banners, this is the lady you want to talk to. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Kim, yeah, even though this is a reread, still so sad when Frank dies. I know. So just, oh gosh, to die from peritonitis, from appendicitis, just, so sad, just tragic. But yeah, it's just, I mean, it is just one of the great travesties of the world that the two of them never got to meet in person. So yeah. Okay, let's see here. So Mina is asking, what epistolary January category is everyone using for this book? Correspondence, maybe? Yes, absolutely. Correspondence, or I mean, I know a few people here are not from either the US or England, and so you could use that for the category whose name is escaping me at the moment. Airmail. You could use it for the airmail category, which is for books written or set not in the country you live in. So I'm just trying to find my epistolary January categories. Let's see if I can pull it up. There it is. So yes. Oh, it could also be lost mail, because Helene Hanff is an author no longer with us. So lost mail, correspondence, airmail, depending on where you live. If you live in somewhere else in the world that's not the United States or England, then that would count for that. And actually, you could also, if you're going to read, especially if you're going to read The Duchess of Bloomsbury Street, you could add it to the bonus prompt for subscription, because it is part of a series. So part of a little duology. So yes. And there's lots of talk about The Wind in the Willows in the comments. Such a great book. And if you haven't read The Willows in Winter by William, his last name is blanking. I'm blanking on, but he wrote like a sequel to The Wind in the Willows. It's also lovely. It's wonderful on audio. I listened to it a couple of Christmases ago. It's perfect for this time of year. So, Jenny, first book of 2026 done. It was lovely. I think I'll find other books by her. Absolutely. I highly, highly recommend it. Yes. Oh, Lindy, I'm so glad that you hugged it too. Yes. It's such a good book. Oh, good question, Clarice. Do you think someday people will might look back at our text email correspondence the same way we look back at letter correspondence? That's a bit crazy to think about. Oh gosh, I don't know. I kind of hope not. But I mean, what else is there if it's not? I mean, certainly email correspondence. I don't know. Text messaging is so ephemeral. But emails, I feel like there is a way to kind of capture that and they could be reproduced or collected together. But yes, I mean, text messages. First of all, the typos in text messages, you should see what my husband texted me. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense at all. Did you reread this before you had said? Oh, Kim, thank you all for spending part of your first day of 2026 with me. I so appreciate it. I'm so glad so many of you came along for this. And let me all know, what are you going to read next? Now that you've read 84 Charing Cross Road, what are you reading next? I am, of course, going to be starting Sense and Sensibility, my reread for our January read along. So if you're joining me for January, I'm going to be starting Sense and Sensibility, and then trying to think what else I'm going to start. What do I want to start first? I may start These Wonderful Rumors, which I am reading with my Book Jenny's Patreon group. And it's also an epistolary novel written in journal format. It's also nonfiction. So, yes, anyway, but we'll see where the wind takes me. I'm not sure. And I'm also still reading my James Herriot book, which I started, but then I haven't yet finished. I usually read between Christmas and New Year's, but I was reading other things as well. So I still have that to finish. So I'll be continuing on with that. But yes, let me know what else you're going to be reading. Vera, I'm so glad you're here. Happy New Year to you too. Oh, Terry, I'm so glad you'll be finishing it today. You keep talking. Yes, get reading, lady. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Ginny, Happy New Year to you all. Enjoy your dinner. Oh, Laura, you're going to finish the rest of her books this year. That is fantastic. Yes, that is a great goal to have. I have so many authors I would love to. Well, I don't know that I will finish them all certainly this year, but I want to continue reading, like, obviously, D.E. Stevenson. I want to read everything she's written, though I won't finish that this year probably. Angela Thirkle, I'm enjoying her Barsetshire series, so I want to continue on with that. Have a bunch of mystery series I want to read. And since I started, actually I have it sitting right here. I started Nio Marsh. I read this is the first 3 books in the Inspector Allen mystery series. So I read A Man Lay Dead, which I've read before. Some of these are rereads for me, and some of the series I haven't read. I'm going to read it through in order. So I'm going to start Enter a Murderer. So I'll probably read that in January too. But yes, so many books I want to, or authors I want to continue on with or finish if possible. Hello, Jacqueline, you're here. Happy New Year. So glad you made it. Let's see. Hi, Megan. You read 84 Charing Cross Road a couple years ago. So you've been working on finishing one of your 2025 books, The Crime and the Noah's Ark, a Dean Street Press book by Molly Finn. Not sure how you say that. Enjoying the reading sprint. I'm so glad. Dean Street Press, always a good way to start off the year. Yes. I also have my maybe I'll start Mrs. Tim. I might start Mrs. Tim. I don't know. Oh, Jess, you read Miss Bunkle's book. Yay. I'm so glad you loved it. Now go read Miss Bunkle Married, because it might even be better than Miss Bunkle's book. I'm going to read. Well, Jacqueline and I are going to read Miss Bunkle Married. Are we reading that next month, Jacqueline? So I may have to squeeze in Miss Bunkle's book this month, or at the very end, or the very beginning of February, so that I can read it and then go right into Miss Bunkle Married. I cannot choose which of them I love the most. I love them both so much. They're so good. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're loving Charing Cross Road and that you started Penny Plain and are loving it too. Oh, yeah. I need to start Penny Plain also for the Cozy Reader Book Club. So many books to read this month. Oh, Janice, I love that it's bringing back memories of working in a used bookstore in your 20s. Yeah. I worked in just regular bookstores, also in my late teens, early 20s, and definitely takes me back to that time, though it's very different than what it would have been working at Marks & Co. Let's see. Okay. Let me get, oh goodness, my comments are going crazy at the moment. Hang on. Oh gosh, you guys are coming in hard and fast here. Let's see. Jess, you're also starting Penny Plain. Oh, also people are chiming in that they want book banners. Yep. Oh, yes. I need a spring Easter colored one. I do. Yeah. I'll tell her to get right on that. I'm just kidding, Robin. I love you. Let's see. Oh, a few people are also reading Penny Plain. Oh, Kim, you're starting January with the chapter of Still Meadow Calendar. I'm actually going to be, I read that one. Is that the one I read last year? Yes, that's the one I read last year, which I absolutely loved. You are going to love it. And this year, let me grab it. I'm reading this book, which looks very unprepossessing. But this is the Still Meadow Road. So I'm going to be reading through this one this year. It will be one of my slow reads. I'm reading it with my friend Melissa from A Duchess Inside. And yes, I'll be reading this every month. So I have to get started on that too. Oh, Jan says, she can't imagine how hard it was for Helene to receive the bad news in a letter. Do you think she was in love with Frank? I don't think she was in love with him. I think they just had a really true friendship and a shared love of books, you know? So I think that was just what bonded them. And, but yeah, no, I don't think so. But that's just my take. Anyone else have any other take on it? Oh, yes. Finished the book, laughed all the way, and now I want to cry. Yes, Air Force Wife, I agree with you 100%. That's always how I feel about it. So let's see. Who else? Oh, Deja, you're reading Memorial Days by Geraldine Brooks and finishing Pride and Prejudice. Great. I have another Sense and Sensibility and Penny Plain, and I'm still reading and enjoying James Herriot. Oh, it's like we're kindred spirits or something. Oh, Amy, you're reading the 5th book of the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon. Fantastic. Enjoy. Jane's starting Sense and Sensibility. Kim is doing Sense and Sensibility and Duchess of Bloomsbury Street. Lots of good reading happening. Clarice is reading one of John Steinbeck's short stories. Got a book with 6 of his short fiction works for Christmas. Undecided which one yet. Does anyone recommend any of them? Anyone recommend anything of John Steinbeck's short fiction? I've only read, Of Mice and Men. I think that's his. And I've read his nonfiction. What is it? Letters from Charlie? Something like that. I forget. The one where he's traveling across the country. I've read those. But I would like to at some point read. Oh, which one do I have? I have Grapes of Wrath, though I've heard East of Eden might be a better place to start, actually. Oh, Robin, you're currently reading the first Ruth Galloway. Then we'll start rereading Sense and Sensibility, followed by The Bee and the Fly. Yay! So excited. Those are all wonderful. Oh, Meg, you're starting Jane Eyre, inspired by Emma M. Lyon. Oh, I hope you love it. I love Jane Eyre. I think it's very readable. if you like audiobooks, maybe try it on audio and see if that helps you get into it. Because sometimes that will help if you have trouble kind of settling into the language. I find sometimes that an audiobook can help with that a little bit. Let's see. Mina's reading Penny Plain, Guernsey, and starting Sense and Sensibility. I'm so glad so many of you enjoyed this. Oh, Jan, you're going to read Regarding the Fountain. That's such a fun book. I need to read it. There are more books in that series. I need to read that one. If anyone wants a fun, very short, middle grade epistolary novel, try Regarding the Fountain by Kate Kleiss. That is fantastic. Kimberly is doing Wired Love and the Flat Share next. I'm looking forward to Wired Love too, but I think I'm going to save it for closer to the end of the month, so it is fresh in my mind when we have our discussion on the 31st. That will be over on Anne's channel, and I will share links to that on my community page once we have them. And the Flat Share is fun too. Really fun book. Let's see. Okay, Jacqueline, thank you. Yes, that's what I thought. February. I have to look at my calendar. I know I wrote it down, but I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Oh, good, Jess. I'm so glad Miss Bunkle Married is on your TBR. Don't miss out on it. It's so good. I love it. Lindy is reading Sense and Sensibility and the Secret Christmas Library. Fantastic. She doesn't have the Etsy shop set up yet, Lindy, but as soon as it is, I will let you all know. That will be a post on my community page, so keep your eyes out for that. And of course, I'll mention it in a video as well. So I will direct you all as soon as she gets that going. In fact, I think she's texting me right now. Robin, I see your text. So, oh, Beth, wonderful. I'm so glad you made it for a little bit. And finishing the book later today. So glad you made it for at least part of the time. Fantastic. Oops. Oh, goodness. Oh, good. You loved East of Eden. Would love to do a Grapes of Wrath at a book club at some point. It would be awesome to read that. Yes, I know. That is the one thing about Steinbeck where I feel like he's one of those authors where it would be good to read him in conjunction with discussing with other people. I think that would just add to the reading of him. Mina recommends Of Mice and Men. Yes. Let's see. Terry B says, we read The Pearl in high school. I remembered liking that Steinbeck story. My favorite long novel is East of Eden. Yes. I think I'm going to do East of Eden as my first Steinbeck long novel. You'd think I would have read more of him because he wrote about places that are very close to where I live and grew up. So, yes. All right. Reread of Grapes of Wrath. Had to read that in high school. All right. Well, maybe at some point we'll have to do a read along of that one because definitely one I feel like I need to talk to other people about. Oh, Lindy, I'm so glad that you enjoyed this. Thank you, everybody. I'm so glad that you all made it for this live New Year's Day read along of, where'd my book go? Oh, there it is. Got tucked under another book, 84 Charing Cross Road. One of my very favorite books of all time. I hope if this was your first time reading it, that you loved it. And definitely read more by Helene Hanff. She is wonderful. I definitely recommend reading The Duchess of Bloomsbury Street to continue on with her story and find out all about her trip to England, which she finally gets there, even though it's unfortunately after Frank has passed away. But still lovely. And all her other books are wonderful too. She just has a great wit about her, and her humor comes through in all of her books, and she's just lovely. So, and her book Q's Legacy, she mentions that Professor Q, that Quiller Couch, and he so Q's Legacy is kind of about him and about her relationship with him and kind of how that gets her into the types of books and literature she's interested in. So that's another good one to read if you want to continue on the Helene Hanff reading journey. So want to thank you guys all so much for being here. I'm going to wrap up our reading sprint for today. I hope you got in some good reading time, whatever it is you were reading, whether it was 84 Charing Cross Road or something else, or just getting some things done during our sprints. I'm so glad that we could start 2026 off together. Wishing you all a very happy new year and lots of happy reading for January. You'll be seeing lots of me this month. I have lots of live streams happening, different things, Cozy Reader Book Club, January, Epistolary January. Oof, I'm everywhere this month. You're going to be sick of me by February. But thank you all so much for being here. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your New Year's Day, however long of it is left for you. And I will see you all on the interwebs in all the places very, very soon. So bye.